Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Igris Stadium here in Van Wert, Ohio, where tonight the 0-8 Van Wert Cougars will host the Wapakoneta Redskins in a WBL contest. I'm Dan Hirn along with Paul Sadler. The Redskins come into this game 7-1 and looking to advance into the playoffs, facing a Van Wert team that is just looking to get their first win of the season. Paul, a game tonight that the Cougars just trying to get something positive out of the end of this season.
Yeah, things going kind of tough here for the Cougars. They've lost 9 in a row dating back to last year, and they've lost 27 out of their last 28 games. However, second-year coach Keith Recker, is very energized by his team. Said the seniors have been absolutely great, and they look forward to just continue to improve the rest of this year.
They've had some close games where they were ahead at halftime, especially this past week against Defiance, where they fell 49-35. But obviously in each of those contests, they haven't been able to finish and get the victory. On the other side of the field, the 7-1 Wapakoneta Redskins are looking for a playoff spot.
Yeah, currently right now they sit atop the Division III Region 10 computer rankings and look to be advancing into the postseason here in a few weeks. And here in the regular season, they're still in a tie for second place in Western Buckeye League with Salina, trailing only Kenton, who have a big showdown tonight themselves.
The Redskins bring the #1 rushing attack in the WBL into Igris Stadium here tonight. Now, on the Van Wert side of the field, who are the players that we need to keep an eye on?
Well, the big person we're going to look for is Terrence Branson, number 10. He's a senior, 5'11", and he's currently second in the Western Buckeye League in receiving yards with 712 receiving yards on 39 catches. Also has 11 touchdowns on the year.
The Redskins are coming off a 49-14 win over St. Mary's, an impressive win, and they were keyed offensively by Keaton Metz in that ball game.
Yeah, Keaton Metz has really worked his way into being a tremendous weapon for the Redskins. He's currently 7th in the Western Buckeye League in rushing, but he's worked his way up to 9th in receiving in the Western Buckeye League with 434 receiving yards and had 3 touchdown receptions alone last week.
And Keaton has really improved over the course of the season, because at the beginning of the season, he wasn't even a factor offensively.
No, he wasn't a starter at the beginning of the year on the offensive side and played a little bit on defense. And now with the injury to two-way player Cody Morgan, he's actually starting at the safety spot on defense as well.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the keys to the game for tonight's ball game. As you see the Van Wert Cougars on the field here, here's the keys for the Redskins.
Yeah, the Redskins, they want to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Really big to their success, especially when you factor in that Van Wert has 7 two-way players. They feel that they can kind of wear them down as the game goes on. Play great on special teams, and also make sure that they control the big play.
Now for Coach Keith Recker of the Cougars, his keys look like this. And you mentioned the guys that they have playing both ways.
Yeah, they definitely want to win the turnover battle, which coming into the game, Walpock is actually plus 18 for Walpock, and Van Wert is -8 for the year, which is second worst in the Western Buckeye League.
There you see Coach Recker. He's standing right behind Willie Hernandez, who is a key member of the chain gang here at the stadium.
Yes, Willie Hernandez is, a long time, 60 straight years, has not missed a home game here for Van Wert. And he is being recognized for his effort. That's a long time to commit to anything, Dan.
Absolutely. There's his wife, who has sat at all of those games by herself because Willie's been on the sideline all that time. My understanding is that he's only been in the seats of this stadium during a game for 1/2 of a game in those 60 years.
Well, there's so much to see from the sideline, so, he enjoys it. And obviously, the Van Wert community really appreciates his efforts and his time spent, to the Cougar football program.
Well, they honor Willie Hernandez before tonight's ball game. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff of tonight's ball game. It's the Redskins in town to take on the Cougars, and you're watching it on Game Face Ohio.
high-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Welcome to TSC Touchdown Friday. Brought to you by TSC. GA Windsor. Owen Kitchen and Bath. Frost Roofing. And by the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Back here at Eggers Stadium in Van Wert, and the honor of Willie Hernandez concluding here over at the 30-yard line. I'm Dan Hearn along with Paul Sadler. Paul, you've spent some time here at Van Wert doing some coaching.
Yeah, this is where I cut my teeth, teaching and also coaching. So, I've been up here in the press box, coaching for the Cougars, and, lucky enough, we enjoyed, a lot of success, and I have a lot of good memories here being, a former Van Wert Cougar.
Mm-hmm. And after you left, they tore down the school.
They did tear down the school. Kind of made mention before, I've taught in 3 buildings, and only one of them remains. Luckily, it's the one I'm still working in.
He's a high-risk hire, it sounds like. All right, the Wapakoneta Redskins come into this ball game 7-1, as we mentioned. They're 6-1 inside the WBL. The Van Wert Cougars 0-8 and 0-7 inside conference play. The Redskins' offense is second in the WBL, averaging 36 points a game. Their defense also second, allowing only 16 points a game. And Van Wert farther down the list in both of those categories. Offensively, they come in averaging 19 points a game, but on the other side, they're giving up nearly 44 points a game. So their defense has struggled so far this year.
Yeah, comparatively, their strength of the team is definitely on the offensive side. Talking with Coach Recker beforehand, Coach Keith Recker, for the Van Wert Cougars, he kind of mentioned, a lot of times they get off to good starts, and that will be a key for them to be able to stay in this ball game tonight.
Cougars won the toss and have elected to receive. They'll return it across the 10 to the 15 and up to the 20-yard line. On the initial return is Michael Smelzer.
And Michael Smelzer is going to be another person to watch for, actually son of the athletic director, Kent Smelzer, another one of the two-way players. And, And
we take a look at the starters for this Cougars team. There's your quarterback, Colin Smith. He's a sophomore, but he's a big key to this offense.
Sure. Right now he's completing about 45% of his passes. Coach Recker probably would want that to be a little bit higher. And, that's what you get a little bit in with a sophomore. You have some growing pains you have to try to work through.
Well, the Cougars will start out at their own 22-yard line. And the handoff up the middle across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Nice carry by Justice Tussing on the first carry.
Again, as you mentioned before, Van Wert, not a big run offense, but, if they get their matchups, that's what they're going to look to try to do here tonight.
There you see the skill players for this Van Wert Cougars offense.
Again, Branson and Smelser are the 2 big weapons for them offensively.
This is a spread offense. They always work out of the shotgun. 3 receivers this time to the left. And Smith back to pass. Fires it, and it is nearly intercepted. I believe that was number 24 getting his hands
Jacob
on that.
Hartman pretty much had that in his hands, but wasn't able to make the play. Look at the defensive line here for Walpock. There you see Thomas Shane line, kind of the standout there on the defensive line. Defensive coordinator Patterson likes to really move him around.
There you can see your linebacking core. Zach Schmerge, a big part of that.
And Isaac Kirby has quietly had a very good season. He's up amongst the league leaders in tackles.
4 receivers set again for the Cougars. And that one is picked off up across the 25 to the 26-yard line, and Zach Schmerge making his presence felt with the interception.
Yeah, Schmerge, that's his 2nd interception on the year. He read that slip screen coming all the way, so he engaged the blocker, and then he started to back up a little bit and is able to get back and make the play. A tremendous individual play by the first-team All-Leaguer, Zach Smirgy.
So quickly, the Wapak offense out onto the field, and they'll have obviously great field position at the Cougar 25-yard line. Handoff to the right side, and Metz will pick up a couple down to the 23-yard line.
So Metz, again, the person that we are kind of featuring, gets the first carry of the game. Here we see quarterback Aaron Huffman, sophomore, again filling in for the injured junior Cody Morgan, and he had an admirable job last week throwing 3 touchdown passes.
There's your offensive line. Handoff, Schmergy left side, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not a lot there.
And again, just quickly, that offensive line for the Wapak Redskins, you know, a big key to their running success that leads the Western Buckeye League. Have a lot of experience coming back on that line.
My mistake. On that last carry, it was not Schmergy, it was John Eaton, the junior running back.
And again, another injury fill-in right there. Number 88, Ethan Saunders, is filling in for injured tight end Jared Smith.
Handoff to Metz. He goes around the right side, but this play whistled dead as things get started. So this is going to back the Redskins up. So the false start of the Redskins backs them up to near the 30-yard line.
And that's actually something that Wapak's improved as the year has gone on. They're still 6th in the Western Buckeye League in terms of penalties, but early in the year they had so many penalties that they were 9th and 10th. So they've quietly improved in that statistic as well.
Huffman will bring him to the line of scrimmage on a 3rd down and 13. He's back to pass, lobs it left, caught by Posada up across the 20, and he's going to be upended as he gets to the 18-yard line, a couple yards short of the first down.
Yeah, Posada had to be kind of patient to get his first catch of the year, but that's his 6th one now. And it looked like they might have been considering a hook and ladder right there, and Posada wisely decided to just turn it upfield and get what he can get.
So it'll bring up a 4th down, and obviously 4-down territory here as Huffman brings him to the line of scrimmage on a 4th and 3. Handoff, Metz goes to the right side. He's got all kinds of room to the 5, to the end zone, touchdown.
Tremendous job right there. Just an enormous hole, some downfield blocking. Will Rank in the right guard really collapsed his man down there. Obviously, a big pickup there on 4th and 3 to take it all the way in for 6. There you can see Rankin with the seal off, Posada with this block downfield. And again, if you're going to have long runs, it's going to be a lot of times because of the 2nd and 3rd level blocks by your skill players.
The extra point by Heingardner is up and good. He's only missed one all year long. 9:25 left first quarter, and the Redskins strike first, capitalizing on the interception by Zach Schmergy to take a 7-0 lead. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home, building, and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Welcome back to Van Wert. It is 9:25 remaining in the first quarter. And, Paul, you can see out there behind where they have some tailgate or some cooking going on there. Isn't that where the old school used to be?
Yeah. Yes, Dan. They used to have the high school and middle school were there. They kept certain sections of it, including the gymnasium, as we see the kickoff go out of bounds. But, you know, it's kind of saying off air that they used to have one of the managers would stand on the rooftop there to be able to catch those balls, and that was not a popular position to be picked for in this kind of weather.
On the extra points you're talking about.
On the extra points and field goals and warm-ups before games.
Well, the Cougars will have their best starting field position of the night to start on their second possession. Talking to Coach Recker before the game, he was one of the positives that he's seen so far this year was what this Cougar offense was able to do with their initial possession. On this first possession, they threw the interception. We'll see if they're able to do something more positive with their second possession here.
Well, you know, they mentioned they wanted, first key to the game was win the turnover battle, and right off the bat, you know, they're -1.
They run the option here to the near side of the field, and Tussing will go out of bounds. That one will go out of bounds at the 36-yard line, so not much there. So a 2nd down and 9 coming up. Smith will have 5 receivers to pick from this time. And he keeps it himself. He runs it off the right side. He'll get up to the 40, close to the 40-yard line, about the 39 there. Let's finish out the starters for tonight's ball game. Here's the defensive backs for the Redskins.
Yeah, and they'll be tested by the spread offense by the Cougars. Quinn Lottridge actually is tied for the league lead in interceptions with 5, and we see Cameron Locke make a lot of plays, blocked kicks, and we've already mentioned Keaton Mex kind of being a standout on both sides of the ball.
Cougars will come to the line of scrimmage on a 3rd down and 5. Back to pass, and that screen play busted up as the Redskins sniff that one out, and nothing there for the Cougars, and Krug with the catch there.
Yeah, Quinn Lottridge was in man-to-man coverage right there, and, you know, it's really tough to do, the slip screen pass and man-to-man coverage. You have to get that guy blocked initially. If they're in press coverage, it's just a tough pass to complete.
So a loss on the play of 4 brings up a 4th down and 9. And that kick had a lot of pressure, but he got it away. It'll be fielded inside the 40 of the 35. Good return across midfield to the opposite 45 by Henderson, where he shoved out of bounds in front of the home stands.
And that was a line drive kick. Michael Smelser, didn't have very much time to get that off, and because of that line drive, Henderson was able to get a good return and excellent field position here for the Redskins.
Well, the Cougars have struggled offensively here, and both of their possessions have led to good field position for the Redskins to start their first two possessions. Their first one, a 4-play, 25-yard drive, keyed by the interception by Schmerge, and he'll take the handoff here off the left side and down to about the 42-yard line.
And obviously, these are kind of the extremes of what, in terms of bad matchups. The offensive rushing attack of the Redskins is first in the Western Buckeye League. Van Wert has the 10th ranked defense against the rush and overall defense. They've also given up the most points, given up 43 plus points a game. And, Wapak's been scoring the ball pretty well, 2nd in the league at 36 a game.
Huffman will roll out to the far side of the field, and he'll go down near the first down marker. Finally getting over there to make the tackle is Chandler Adams. Looks like he's going to get enough for the first down.
And Huffman, again, filling in very admirably for the injury. And we see the defensive line for the Van Wert Cougars. Again, you see Patterson and Braun are some, 2-time Letterman guys there for them.
Schmerge with a nice run off the right side. He's going to pick up positive yards inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line.
Okay, the linebackers right there. Their 2nd and 3rd leading tackler, Stoller, is their 2nd leading tackler. Chandler Adams is a 2-time Letterman and 3rd leading tackler.
Some youth in that group with a couple of sophomores and a junior.
A running thing that you'll see here, another couple sophomores here. Michael Smelser actually is the leading tackler for this team and 3rd in the Western Buckeye League with 97 tackles on the year. He also has 4 interceptions.
Usually you don't want your strong safety to be your leading tackler. Here's Schmerge off the left side. He's going to go down as he gets inside the 5 after another strong run down to the 4.
And that's one of the reasons why you would have one of your safeties be your leading tacklers with that 22-yard gain there by Smergy, to be able to, have that big of a hole. And we see the replay right here, just a tremendously big hole right there. Metz with just enough of a block to be able to get Smergy through that hole, and then making some people miss and getting the ball inside the 5-yard line.
There's a carry inside. It's close to the goal line, but no signal yet. I think that was Metz on the carry. And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. So second down and goal coming up for Wapakoneta. Huffman brings him to the line. 3 backs behind him, and he keeps it himself. Touchdown, Redskins.
And it's going to be Aaron Huffman's second rushing touchdown on the year. He also had that one nice little bootleg earlier in the drive. And the Wapak Redskins are out to a quick start against the Van Wert Cougars.
5:55 left first quarter, and the Redskins into the end zone for the second time. Heingardner out to attempt the extra point as Huffman will hold. Hold is down and the kick is up, and it is good. So midway, well, a little bit past midway through the first quarter, and the Redskins with a 14-0 lead over Van Wert. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Back here at Igris Stadium, the Redskins kicking off following their second touchdown and a nice return out across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Michael Smelser with that big return. He's kind of Mr. Do-Everything. Two-way starter for him, receiver, safety, punts, returns, both punts and kicks.
Here's the return by Smelser. Does a nice job breaking a couple of tackles there.
Well, the Cougars are desperately in the need for something positive to happen. Great field position to start this drive. We see if they can move the chains and start to, put some things together.
Well, and with Branson at the wide receiver spot, they do have some big play potential.
And that's one of the things that Coach Fry is concerned about, is the big play potential of Van Wert.
And Smith will not be able to get anything started here as he goes down for a big loss.
Now, we're going to give Kirby the credit for the sack on that, but no one was open for Smith as he went to the right-hand side. Actually, not that bad of protection, but just feet went out from underneath him, and like I said, Kirby was there, Stauffer was there. Van Wert obviously moving the wrong direction on that down.
So that'll bring up a second down and 19 after the sack. 4 receivers set now. Smith with a nice shovel pass. That one will go up the middle of the field, across midfield, and down to the 41-yard line. Nice scamper there by Branson.
Yeah, Branson, again, second leading receiver in the Western Buckeye League, leading receiver here for this Van Wert offense. Wide open pass there, well schemed. You have 2 guys going after the quarterback, really opened up that hole on that shuffle pass.
And some good yards after the catch for Branson. Smith back to pass, has some time, lobs it over the middle of the field and nearly caught by Branson. It was a little behind him. and he wasn't able to haul it in.
You know, Branson probably made the mistake of kind of leaving his feet to try to hop up and get that. Would have been better served just to continue to run and then maybe turn and look for it over the other shoulder. It's not very natural, but he had a better chance of catching the ball if he would have done that.
Would have been a big play for the Cougars, too. Had to have been able to connect on that one. They are in Redskin territory for the first time tonight, and they bring 4 receivers out.
You see that press coverage.
Smith faked the handoff to Tussing and then slipped trying to go up the middle of the field.
You know, that's something to be concerned about. The second time this drive, his feet just kind of went out from underneath him. You know, he possibly could have made something positive happen if he would have kept his feet.
So with the loss, a 3rd down and 12 coming up for Van Wert, and obviously, even with their spread offense, they don't want to get into a situation where they're staring down a 12-yard range on a 3rd down.
No, but they're already facing a 14-0 deficit. You know, they're in Redskin territory for the first time. We'll see if Coach Recker is pretty aggressive on these next couple play calls.
Smith again out of the shotgun, gets the snap, lobs it deep down the right sideline and off the hands of his intended receiver, Smelser, on the sideline, incomplete.
Yeah, and I think that pass was probably led a little bit too far out of bounds. I'm not sure he had a chance to be able to catch that. You know, Smith put some nice air under, as you can see right here. Cameron Luck right there, you know, step for step, tremendous position. You can see he's, you know, a good yard out of bounds trying to catch that ball.
So it'll bring up a 4th down and 12. And the Cougars will get into punt formation. Smelser back at his own 45 to kick this one away. And he gets the foot into it. It'll be fielded by the Redskins, and that is Metz, I believe, on the return.
And Metz, he's just got that little burst to him. You know, something that, you know, the Cougars, you know, need to address there is that punt protection. You know, that's the 2nd time in a row where, you know, Smelser almost had it blocked.
So the Redskin offense back out onto the field. They already have a 14-0 lead, and the ball will be on the 30-yard line after the 31-yard punt by Smelser. Here's Metz to the near side of the field. He's got room up across the 40 to the 42. And another nice carry for Keaton Metz.
Well, you know, I don't know whether to credit the tremendous blocking of the Redskins offensive line or, you know, just the defensive front of the Cougars just, you know, not getting the job done right now. But, you know, wide gaping holes for the Redskins so far.
Well, and Metz had just a full head of steam going when he took the handoff. So Schmergy with the carry there.
Yeah, nicer job that time by the Van Wert defense. Daniel Patterson, the big 220-pound defensive tackle, senior for the Van Wert defense. Another one of those two-way players in on the play that time.
Huffman will bring the play in for the Redskins on a 2nd down and 7. There's the snap. He fakes the handoff, rolls out, left side, and he's going to be brought down for a loss back to the 40-yard line.
Nice job, Jacob Braun, another one of the experienced defensive linemen for the Cougars, able to get in there on the play action, roll to the left. You know, sometimes that's tough for a sophomore. Try to get shoulders around, didn't find anybody initially, and then you see Braun is able to take him down. And, you know, the first positive play for the Cougars defense to push them back to bring up a big 3rd and 14.
Yeah, I misspoke. That was, thought that was 3rd down on the last play, but that's now 3rd down and 14. High snap, but Huffman able to corral it. The handoff up the middle of the field and across the 40 to the 37-yard line. Nice run there by Cameron Locke.
Cameron Locke does see some time on the offensive side of the ball sometimes. I have that down as his 5th carry of the year. Obviously, a really big run. It's always kind of nice where you can just run the ball on a 3rd and 14 to be able to pick it up. But he just, again, a tremendous movement on the line of scrimmage. Nice block downfield there by number 54, you know, for the Wapak.
Here's Schmergy off the left side. He's inside the 20. Down to the 15, and he'll finally be pulled down as he gets down to the 8-yard line. I believe it was Smith who finally wrestled Schmergy to the turf. But another strong run by Zach Schmergy. Boy, and Paul, that's that's got to get inside the head of an 0-8 Cougar defense when you have a big defensive play to force a 3rd down and 14 and then give up 2 huge run plays right after that.
Yeah, and 33-yard run right there. And now we see Metz capping off that drive with a touchdown run off the left-hand side for a 5-yard touchdown, his 5th touchdown of the year rushing.
Well, and Keaton Metz, he's got a nose for the end zone. He just finds a way to get in there repeatedly. Heingartner out to tack on the extra point. Huffman has the hold. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 1:19 remaining in the first quarter, the Redskins have opened up a 3-touchdown lead over the Cougars here in our WBL matchup. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Heingartner puts the foot into it late in the first quarter here as the Redskins dominating the Cougars here at Igris Stadium. And up close to the 25-yard line as the Cougars offense will come back out onto the field, and they're desperate for something positive. They were able to move the ball across midfield on their last possession, but had some key slips in the backfield that led to some losses, and drive stalled. Had to give the ball over again.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit what kind of makes, kind of separates the really good teams from the teams that aren't winning as much, and it's consistency. Van Wert's shown that they can do some positive things. They've made some plays offensively. They've had kick returns. They even had, a sack on defense. However, they can't string them together, and that's what's keeping them from, being as successful as they would like to be.
Man in motion, that's Branson. He goes out of the backfield. He's got room to run. He's across midfield, cuts it back to the center of the field, and he'll go down at the 35-yard line on the Redskins side of the field.
Yeah, Branson actually is one of the leading rushers out of the slot position, for the Cougars, and he's definitely their big-time playmaker. They got to get the ball in his hands as many ways as they can. This time through the inside handoff, and he shows you that burst that he does have.
Good blocking there for the Cougars, and a 32-yard scamper for Branson.
But as I kind of mentioned before, very capable of making these plays, but let's see if they can start to string a couple together.
First down and 10, they're at the 44-yard line. Smith with the shovel pass again. This one will get positive yards up to the 40. And I believe that was number 46, Ryan Stoller.
Ethan Williams actually had a real key block right there for Van Wert in that case. They ran the shuffle pass with tremendous success the previous drive. They just ran it the other way. Coach Recker decided to kind of come back to it. And, Coach Fry and Coach Patterson was able to kind of find a way to limit it this time.
That will be the final play of the first quarter. And after one quarter of play here in Van Wert, the Redskins dominating the Cougars by a score of 21-0. We'll be back with the second quarter after this break. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
This is man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. You'll never miss a second of your favorite program again because you can pause a show in one room and play it back in another, even while you're recording it. You watch different shows at the same time and pause, fast forward, and rewind from any set. You can even pause live TV. Man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. Just maybe not woman's greatest invention.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Back here for the start of the second quarter in Van Wert, and the Cougars putting together their best possession of the night. Smith out of the shotgun. He has Cussing back there with him. And that's Branson in motion. They fake the handoff to him. He lobs it out to the near side, and it's caught. Smelser puts a move on. He's up across the 30, spins down inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line, and a nice run by Michael Smelser.
Yeah, and that was all set up, actually, not only with the play action, but right tackle Zach Thomas actually releasing and blocking Smelser's man initially to get him loose. If you remember, they tried to run a similar play earlier, and Lockridge was all over his man. In this case, they were able to get some separation and a key block by the Cougars.
Paul does the 21-yard reception, and here's the shovel pass to Branson, who loses the handle on it but comes up with it. And he'll get to the 21-yard line. Nothing there for the Cougars. Paul, does the success of the handoff to Branson on a previous play where they put him in motion, does that affect that outcome of that play as well?
Oh, yeah, you definitely got to get your attention. You know, as you make your adjustments, you want to know where their playmakers are. You know, the two playmakers are Branson and Smelser. And because Branson's had a couple big touches, you know, I'm sure that the Redskin defense has tried to make sure that they locate where he is. But you can also see the Redskins making their adjustment already to that shuffle pass. Zachsburg in a perfect position to take that away last play.
Two receivers to each side for Smith out of the shotgun. He gets pressure, fires it out to the near side. Caught by Smelser across the 10 to the 5. He'll go to the opposite side of the field and into the end zone for a touchdown.
And even though Smelser has 24 catches on the year, that's his first touchdown reception of the year. And that was a tremendous catch. That ball by Smith was really low, and he caught it right off his shoelaces, made some nice cuts, and was able to get into the end zone. And this is the popular end of the end zone. You know, that's where they're doing the cookout and so forth. It's the best smelling end zone in the Western Buckeye League.
Well, the Cougars trying to make some differences here in this second quarter of play. The extra point is up, and it is good. So the Cougars get on the board for the first time tonight early in the second quarter. They trail it 21-7, and you are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Penalty re-kick.
Now they're going to do a penalty re-kick for the Cougars here, and that kick is no good. So it changes our score 21-6. Now,
Gavin Gardner right there was 16-21 going into that. So unfortunately for that youngster, gets one taken away, and it costs the Cougars a point.
Yeah, those are the kind of things, Paul, that you don't see very often, but when you see them, it happens to an 0-8 football team.
You know, sometimes things just find you. You know, when you haven't been winning, and you know, unfortunately for the Cougars, they haven't been able to do that this year. But you know, they have been showing some signs of improvement. You know, offensively this year, they're ranked 6th in the league in scoring, and you know, that's something that they've shown that they're able to do. And you know, Coach Recker, you can see them talking to his kickoff team. You know, now they need to kind of be able to rally the troops on the defensive end and get that side cleaned up. And obviously, they're having their work cut out for them with this powerful, you know, Redskin offensive attack.
Their last drive, that 21-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Smelser, capped a 5-play, 76-yard drive. Obviously, the best drive of the night for the Cougars.
And that was sophomore Colin Smith's 11th touchdown pass of the year.
And you wonder how much of a difference it makes if that is their first drive of the ball game rather than their drive that they get when they're already down by 21 points. Short kick, squibbed, that'll be picked up by Lottridge and returned back to the 45-yard line. Actually, it'd be near, yeah, the 45, so there you go.
Excellent field position here for the Redskins to start off. And, you know, we're going to see, you know, can the Cougars build off that momentum from their offense and find a way to stop this Redskin offense.
Huffman will bring him to the line of scrimmage. He takes the snap, handoff, Metz going to the right side. He gets across the line of scrimmage, has some room to run, and is brought down near the 40-yard line on the Cougars side of the field.
And Metz was able to evade Caleb Jenkins and be able to get some good yardage. You see Branson, I was kind of impressed. You know, again, a two-way player and stand out offensively. You know, that was a tremendous open field tackle right there.
Well, just like that, the Redskins are in Cougar territory. This play shut down, and looks like the ball may have come loose there.
Yeah, it looks like they popped on top of it if it did come out, but that play was totally disrupted. Daniel Patterson able to get some good penetration on that right-hand side of the offensive line to really create that negative play.
Looks like it's going to end up being a 2-yard loss on the play. 2nd down and 12 coming up.
See Cameron Luck checking in for the Redskins.
Yep.
Remember, he's the one that made that long run on that 3rd and 14.
He will take the handoff. He has escaped some trouble in the backfield and gets out across the 35 to about the 32-yard line.
And even so, even though Locke is not the biggest in size, you know, only 5'8", 165 pounds, you know, he put his shoulder down and was able to get about 4 extra yards.
Down to the 32-yard line, a 3rd down and 3. But what a stable of running backs they have in Wapakoneta, and a good mix of speed and size.
And you know what? We haven't even really talked a ton, you know, this game about, you know, that young man right there, Zach Smurgy, who, oh, by the way, leads the Western Buckeye League in rushing with 123.5 yards a game.
Right. He's the bruiser of the group, and then they've mixed in a lot of guys around him, Metz and Locke and Martin, all guys that have that add that speed factor to that backfield for them.
Yeah, and you've seen other guys, though, too, you know, over the year, Adam Henderson, John Eaton. You know, a lot of potential weapons for Coach Doug Fry to choose from.
Well, they're going to bring the chains out onto the field. That'll give Willie Hernandez another opportunity to get on the field.
That still is incredible. 60 years, every Friday night without missing a game, and you know, that is something to be celebrated.
Plays good for Redskins, 1st down.
Well, they got enough to get the 1st down. 9 minutes to play here in the half. Huffman will come to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Metz, looking for the sideline. He gets across the 30 to the 35. He's inside the 20. And down inside the 10, he keeps his feet, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
What great balance by Keaton Metz right there on that 29-yard scamper. I was almost assured that he was going to be knocked down there on the 10-yard line, but he is somehow able to maintain his balance and put it in for his 2nd score of the night. You can see tremendous downfield blocking, but, you know, a lot of that was just individual effort with those last two making those guys miss.
Heingardner's extra point attempt is up, and it is good.
Next point is up and good.
So with 8:42 remaining in the half, the Redskins with a 28-6 lead over the Cougars. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
Heingardner tees it up following the third rushing touchdown of the night for Keaton Metz. He's had touchdown runs of 29, 5, and 17 yards so far in this ballgame. Paul, you talked about him in the pregame. He was going to be a factor. He has been that factor.
Yeah, he's been so much of a factor, it made me forget that he scored 2 before that touchdown.
Here's the kickoff return. Smelser stays on his feet. He's got another decent return up across the 20.
Smelser looks to be kind of a similar type player to Metz. You know, they're similar size. They both got a little bit of shiftiness and then a little bit of grittiness to them as well. And, you know, for the Cougars, though, however, you know, he's asked to do quite a bit offensively, you know, between him and Branson, you know, for Walpaw. You know, as we mentioned, they have a whole stable of different guys they can go to.
Smelser never comes off the field.
No, he does not.
Here's Smith out of the shotgun. They put the man in motion. That's Branson. He'll take the handoff. Comes to the near side of the field, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds as he gets to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, Adam Henderson there to be able to limit that run. Still, you know, an okay gain right there.
Gain of 5,
about 4.
Second down and 5 for the Cougars.
Their Cougars on the last possession went 5 plays, 76 yards, and had a couple of very nice plays, some extended yardage plays, including the 21-yard touchdown pass. Smith will come out with 3 receivers. He rolls out to the far side, and an option to Tussing.
And it's looked like the Redskins are pretty much catching on to that shovel pass. You know, they had 4 white jerseys right there to be able to make the play. Looked like one of those plays where it was actually an option. It could have been a speed option to the outside, or the Aussies have the option to be able to do the shuffle pass, which is what Smith opted to do.
Didn't look like there was a whole lot of yards to get to the outside of the field either. The Redskins had that one sniffed out pretty well. 3rd down and 5 coming up. 5 receivers set now. Smith will keep it himself. He goes right up the middle of the field. He's across the 35, puts a stiff arm on, but he's spun down as he gets to the 26-yard line. Henderson wanted no part of that stiff arm.
No, but, you know, so Mr. Sophomore quarterback, you are not going to stiff arm me. But Colin Smith able to make a tremendous run right there, a nice block on the left-hand side for the Cougars to be able to pick up a crucial first down for them so that they don't turn the ball back over to the Redskins.
You can actually pinpoint on that replay where that stiff arm goes wrong for Mr. Smith. But a nice run nonetheless. 4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, and Tussing will be in the backfield on the left hip of Smith out of the shotgun. Tussing will take the handoff. He goes to the right side, not a lot there. He gets mixed up in a pile at the line of scrimmage.
And first one there was Isaac Kirby. As I mentioned, You know, Kirby's up to 7th in the Western Buckeye League in tackles. Again, the senior linebacker having a really good year for the Redskins.
And for Tussing on that carry, the most difficult part had to be holding on to the ball because he had several guys trying to get it away from him.
You want to hit that on first.
So a 2nd down and 9 coming up.
Tough drive.
Smith again out of the shotgun. Back to pass, he lobs it left side and is going to be well overthrown and bring up a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, there was
not exactly sure he was trying to connect
right there. You know, so Smith, you know, really well overthrew. You must have expected kind of a, you know, kind of a go pattern. Instead, the receiver read the stop.
I am now.
So a 3rd down and 9 coming up. And the Cougars trying to put together back-to-back drives that for positive yards. I'd like to convert here on a 3rd down and 9. Smith under pressure, rolls out to the near side. Thought about running it. Still looking for a pass option, and he tucks it, and he'll go out of bounds for a loss.
And nice job by Henderson, you know, not kind of buying into, you know, all the fakes and just maintaining his position to give really Smith no option but to go out of bounds. There was a flag down in the backfield, kind of where you would expect a holding call to be.
Good eye, Mr. Sadler. So that holding penalty will force, and they decline that, so it'll be a 4th down and 9. And Smeltzer will stay on the field to kick it away.
And we've seen so far the protection for this, even though they got some big linemen as up backs right there, has not been really good. We'll see if Coach Fry sends the block team.
Smeltzer does get some contact after he got the foot into that one. It'll be fielded by Metz, and he'll be brought down at the 30-yard line as they saw another flag come in there.
Yeah, good coverage by the Cougars, limiting Metz to minimal gain. And as you did mention, there is a marker down on the play where you would expect some sort of penalty on the receiving team.
So we'll see what the call is here.
On the return, block in the bag, number 7 White, 10 yards, 1st down at the 20.
So we'll take a look at this one on the replay, see if we can get a better look at it.
And they're going to call Quinn Lotterich right there with that push in the back. Pretty much the good call right there. If he would have pushed him right there, it would have been an immediate tackle. So a lot of times special teams, that happens.
So 1st down and 10 for the Redskins at their own 20-yard line. Obviously their worst starting field position of the night, and they're going to make it harder for themselves as they start a little early on this play. So
yeah,
back
right
to the
guard
15.
Right guard Will Rankin got a little over anxious right there. Looks like they're going to do a quick snap anyway, and he just went a little bit too quick.
So a 1st down and 15 coming up. Cougars have had some positive plays throughout the ball game, but obviously they haven't been happening often enough for them. Here's a good defensive play as they make a stop behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard on the play as they got to Metz. Multiple Cougars there on that tackle.
Yeah, Thomas was right there. Stoller was there as well for the Cougars. You know, the Redskins, kind of interesting. Coach Fry was coming out with the shotgun that 1st down until the penalty, and then went back under center after the penalty.
It'll end up being a loss of just a yard on the play. 2nd down and 16, back to the 14-yard line for the Redskins as they come to the line of scrimmage. Huffman hands off Metz, and he's met in the backfield again. Dropped at the 12-yard line. So all of a sudden the Cougars defense is making some stops.
Yeah, really nice job right there. Looked like Chandler Adams kind of coming up on the blitz from the outside and was able to make that play. 2 tremendous plays here by the Van Wert defense. As we can see here on the replay, this play's been going really well for them. But that time Adams was able to get there before the right guard could be able to kick him out.
So now a 3rd down and 17 coming up. The Redskins backed up to their own 12-yard line. It looks like maybe they left early again.
Yeah, the left-hand side of the line jumps in, and this has been a drive Coach Fry would like to forget, as the Redskins have done nothing but move backwards with 2 penalties and 2 negative plays as they went from the 20-yard line, which, by the way, was there because of a penalty as well. And now they're all the way back to the 7-yard line.
So a 3rd down and 22 coming up. And the ball sitting at their own 7-yard line. Redskins have been helped out by fantastic field position all night long. Here's a handoff, Schmerge. He's going to make up for it. Goes up the middle of the field to the 20, and he's brought down as he gets to the 24-yard line. Picks up a big chunk of that 22 yards.
Yeah, about a 17-yard run right there, but obviously, you know, they needed about 5 or 6 more to be able to pick up the 1st down. So for the first time, Coach Fry is going to be sending out his punt team.
There you see Colin Smith, who has met up with Zach Schmerge on more than one occasion tonight, forcing the Redskins to punt. There's the kick. It'll be fielded at the 40, and not much of a return, and a flag comes in.
Michael Smelser on the carry.
So Smelser bottled up quickly after making that catch, and we'll see what the flag is about.
It looks to be either a hold or a block in the back on the Cougars.
Block in the back, number 8 on the return.
So it will be a block in the back against the Cougars. And the officials, who we didn't hear a lot from in that 1st quarter, are getting their money's worth out of those flags here in the later stages of the 1st half. Cougars with a 1st down and 10. We'll see where they end up spotting that one. It looks like they're going to be at their own 29-yard line. Smith again out of the shotgun. 4 receivers to pick from here. The man in motion, that's Branson. He'll take the handoff. He brings it to the near side of the field. He's got some good blocking, and he'll get out across the 35 to the 37, 38-yard line.
I like that little burst, little change of speed that Branson has. You know, he's kind of picked his spot and then just darts through that opening that he had, and you can tell why he's one of the more explosive players in the Western Buckeye League.
Yeah, the unfortunate part for Van Wert is that the 2 guys that they really key on offensively are both seniors. Smelser and Branson are both going to be graduating after this year. Those are 2 of the guys that really carry the load. Here's Smith on the keeper. He's up across the 40 to the 41-yard line, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
Tackle on the play, number 23, Cameron Lau.
Yeah, for pretty much a very young team, you're right. You know, their 2 big playmakers will be, you know, tough to replace as seniors. So they'll have a lot of returning lettermen next year. But in terms of making the big plays, they're going to have some big shoes to fill.
And that will force more of that offensive load onto Smith, who has really, he's done a good job so far this year, throwing the ball well and running. But, you know, you have to have some targets. He carries it himself here. Here's the pitch, and that ball is loose. It'll be covered by Tussing back to the 35-yard line as the option goes awry.
Yeah, run the speed option right there, and Shane Lyon was right there to kind of force Smith into a poor pitch and negative play for the Cougars.
Cougars will come to the line, 2nd down and about 15. I think they lost about 5 on that play.
To the Cougars, featuring some different uniforms. You know, their helmets are brand new logo on the side.
Tussing lost the ball again, and this one's going to be covered by the Redskins.
Yeah, Casey Stauffer, Johnny on the spot, sees the ball loose, jumps on it, and is able to get the ball back for the Redskins.
Okay, fans, here we go for the 50-50 tonight.
Here's another look. This is a good look here.
And there's problems there in the mesh point, and you know, you got to really respect Stauffer, how quickly he reacted to that ball being loose, because Tussing was right on it after the ball as well.
All right. So first down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Huffman fires it over the middle of the field. It's caught by Metz. He's getting into the end zone again. Keaton Metz.
Keaton Metz doing it all offensively. His 4th touchdown of the game. First one through the air. If you remember, he had 3 touchdown receptions last week, and that is his 7th touchdown reception for the year. And sophomore Aaron Huffman has got to be super excited. That's his 5th touchdown pass overall.
And that's going to make the Van Wert sideline a little scared. Here's Heingardner's extra point, and it's going to be blocked. No, Huffman scooped it up. I'm not sure if they got a hand on that one or not. Hard to tell. But at any rate, the extra point is no good, and so with 1:53 remaining in the half, it's the Redskins 34 and the Cougars 6. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor and Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor and Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor and Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor and Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor and Son truck, think green.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half from Igris Stadium here in Van Wert. And the Redskins have had their way with the Cougars, leading it 34-6. As Heingardner will put the boot into it. Cougars on the return, up across the 20. And good return up to the 40-yard line. And that's Branson, one of the 2 kick returners, along with Smelser back there. And those guys key everything offensively for this Cougar team. Couple of flags down back there near the 30. We'll see what that's about.
21 red. 10 yards from the spot. It will be first down.
Cougars shoot themselves in the foot here with a holding penalty on that return.
You know, it's really common in college and high school, college and pros to see a lot of penalties on the kick game. In high school, for whatever reason, you don't see it very much, but in this game, you know, that's the 3rd time we've seen it.
So the Cougars will come back out on offense. They'll be at their own 19-yard line.
Considering the field position and the score, you know, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Recker decides to do in terms of how aggressive to play.
Smith out of the shotgun. Looking, fires it left side, and it's incomplete. Well, over his intended receiver, Branson. Well, he looked like he was locked in on that side of the field from the snap, Paul.
Yeah, he was, but Nick Steinke was, you know, blanketing him. There's really no one to throw to, and you know, the Redskins defensively has basically tried to, you know, hey, we're going to play, you know, press man to man, and we're going to stay right with your receivers, and you're going to have to throw a perfect pass. And you know, so far, at least going down the field, Colin Smith kind of had a tough time.
4 receivers set. For Smith, he'll fake the handoff and keep it himself. Goes to the far side of the field, and he'll be run out of bounds as he gets to the 25-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play.
Ran out of bounds by number 23, Cameron Lauk.
Well, Brown, or excuse me, Smith has shown some flashes of escapability.
Now, he's a good-looking sophomore, but you know, again, he's a sophomore, and you know, he shows signs of being really good, but he shows signs of being a sophomore as well. But you know, he's truly probably going to end up being a really good player for the Cougars.
Here's the handoff up the middle of the field. It'll be Branson who gets the first down to the 30-yard line. A pickup of about 6 on the play.
Van Wert actually kind of got away with penalty not being called right there. They had two guys in motion and never got reset. Probably should have been a flag, but luckily for the Cougars was not called, and they were able to move the chains.
Branson looked like he might have been holding his left arm there a little bit as he got up after that play. Now 1:14 remaining in the half as Smith brings him to the line of scrimmage. Smith will fake the handoff and keep it himself. He's still on his feet as he gets a couple of blocks up across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, nice little sportsmanship we like to see there with, these guys playing hard right there, and then Isaac Kirby helping up, Colin Smith giving him a little pat on the shoulder pad, and kind of like to see that in high school athletics. Play as hard as you can between the whistles, and after that, give him a little pat on the helmet and get back and huddle and do it again.
Mm-hmm. 2nd down and 4 now with 30 seconds left in the half. And the Cougars don't look to be in a huge hurry here. There's the handoff. And it'll be Adams with the carry, but nothing there. And that should be the final play of the half. Final seconds tick away, and these teams head to the locker room. 1 half of play in the books here from Van Wert, and the Redskins on top by a score of 34-6. You're watching high school football on Game Face, Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Back here in Van Wert for the start of the second half, and an impressive first half for Keaton Metz and the Wapakoneta Redskins. Metz got into the end zone 4 times, 3 times on the ground, and then you just saw at the end of that highlight package the 28-yard reception from Hupp, and to Metz. And, Paul, it's hard to believe this guy wasn't a key to this offense from the beginning of the season.
No, he's really developed as a player, as we mentioned, both sides of the ball. But again, you need to credit, the entire offense, Zach Smergy, the offensive line, Benning, Harrison, Gonerman, Rankin, Carpenter. They're able to have constant success and, plugging in guys, and they're always making the most of their opportunities.
Well, Metz has had a 17-yard touchdown run, one of 5 yards, and one of 29 yards in the first half. And the bad news for Van Wert is that the Redskins will get the ball to start the second half, and Mr. Metz will be back out onto the field offensively.
The Redskins have held an advantage here recently. They've won the last 3 matchups, including a 35-0 shutout last year against the Cougars. However, Van Wert does lead the overall series 51-38 with 3 ties.
Squib kick, it will be fielded inside the 30, and a return up to about the 38-yard line by Lottridge. So good starting field position again for the Redskins.
Well, we'll see what kind of happens here. The Redskin offense only was stopped 1 possession last time. Otherwise, their other 5 possessions ended with pushing it through to the end zone for 6 points.
They got things started early in the ball game with an interception by this man, Zach Smergy, who takes it up the middle of the field, and he is off to the races. To the far sideline and into the end zone, touchdown. 1 play into the second half offensively for the Redskins, and they hit pay dirt again.
61-yard run by Zach Smergy right off the bat, his 13th touchdown of the year. And we're kind of wondering what kind of start you would get, and there's your answer. Just a simple trap play up the middle, a big gap, and Smergy able to split the safeties, and he's got enough breakaway speed that the Hardiman and Branson were not able to track him down.
Heingardner will be out to attempt the extra point. This one is up, and it is good. So very quickly into this third quarter, the Redskins making sure that their offense still firing on all cylinders. They lead by a score of 41-6. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
This is man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. You'll never miss a second of your favorite program again because you can pause a show in one room and play it back in another, even while you're recording it. You watch different shows at the same time and pause, fast forward, and rewind from any set. You can even pause live TV. Man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. Just maybe not woman's greatest invention.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Well, Heingardner will tee it up following a 61-yard touchdown run by Zach Smergy as the Redskins get right back on the board to start this third quarter. Just 20 seconds into the second half. 1 play, 61-yard drive, covering 13 seconds. Smelser with another strong return. He's been effective returning the ball all night.
Yeah, we've seen glimpses of Van Wert potential. Spearheaded with Smelser and Branson as playmakers for this Cougar team.
Now the Cougars have had some instances where they've been close in ball games. Obviously that's not the case tonight, but because of the number of players that they have that play both ways, including Smelser, who never leaves the field, they've had a tendency to fade as the games go on, and that's when they've been fallen victim. Here's Smith with the carry, and he'll go out of bounds on the Cougar sideline.
Runs right into the arms of his head coach right there. And, obviously Coach Recker has got to stay positive with this group. They haven't experienced a whole lot of success. And, the experience of high school football still needs to be a positive no matter whether you're winning or losing. And, it's kind of a tough position for him to be able to be put in to try to keep these guys positive. But, you know, he's doing a pretty good job about it. You know, the players are pretty upbeat. However, he definitely, from an execution standpoint, really wanted them to come out and start the second half. Obviously, a little bit better start than they did defensively.
Smith will keep it again. He goes up across midfield into Redskin territory to the 47-yard line. Another nice run. He had a 12-yard carry on his last run and picks up positive yards here.
You know, the Cougars actually being a little bit more ground-based, you know, coming in, you know, they're much more of a passing team. You know, they were ranked 8th in the rush in the Western Buckeye League, but only 4th in the pass. However, they feel they've got the Redskins kind of spread out, and they're feeling a little bit more success trying to run between the tackles.
That was a 15-yard carry by Smith, sets up the first down here. Not much there on that first down carry. So a second down and 8 coming up, rather. And Paul,
you know, the old school way of thinking, you know, used to try to load up, you know, your backfield with a power I, wishbone, you know, double tight ends, and that's how you're going to run the ball. And it's really transformed into, let's spread the field and, you know, make them defend space, and now we can get an advantage sometimes, you know, running between the tackles.
Chandler Adams checks into the backfield with Smith. Back to pass. Smith lobs it to the near side of the field, and he overthrows his intended receiver. He was looking for Smelser, and Smith has had a hard time connecting on those sideline routes this evening.
Yeah, hasn't been real accurate with the passes, but you have to also credit the Redskin defenders right there. Cameron Locke was step for step with Smelser.
Now, this Van Wert squad is 0-8 this season, and they have had some tough times over the past year or so. But that has not always been the case here in Cougar country.
No, Van Wert's actually one of the historical powers in the Western Buckeye League in terms of football. They have 18 Western Buckeye League titles, which is second most in the league behind St. Mary's, although their last one was in 1987. They also have a 45-game unbeaten streak back in the 50s from 1954 to 1958. They did have 2 ties within that.
Smith fires this one over the right side. It's caught by Smelser, and he's going to find the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, we're talking about highs at Van Wert. They were inspired right there as Smith and Smelser hook up for the second time tonight. They are finally able to connect on that vertical pass downfield as the Cougars find the end zone for the second time tonight.
Second touchdown pass of the night for Smith. He connects from 45 yards out this time. He connected with Smelser earlier in the game for 21 yards and a touchdown. And the extra point attempt is up. And this one is good.
Extra point is up and good.
So with 10:05 remaining third quarter, the Cougars get into the end zone for the second time tonight. They trail 41-13. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Back here at Igris Stadium in Van Wert, Ohio. We are in the third quarter of play with the Redskins on top 41-13. I'm Dan Hearn along with Paul Sadler in a WBL matchup here, pitting the 7-1 Wapakoneta Redskins against the 0-8 Van Wert Cougars. And the Cougars set to kick it away following a 45-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Smith to Smelser. Here's the return. And a pretty good return for the Redskins
Number 33,
as Nick Steinke brings it up across the 45 to about the 48-yard line.
Tackle will play with number 68, Marcel Salcido.
We have some upcoming events on Game Face Ohio, including the Iron Circle. It's mixed martial arts, Saturday, November 6th. It'll be at the Lima Civic Center, and there you see the box office phone number. And you can also pick up tickets by visiting thelimaciviccenter.com. Play up the middle of the field across the 45, down to about the 43-yard
Tackle will play
line.
with number 8, Colin Smith. It's gain of 9. Will bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Redskins.
And I think already we're starting to see some different numbers in that Redskin huddle. Huffman under center. He will hand it off to Metz, who finds some running room to the left side, inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's definitely a familiar number right there covering on the left-hand side. You know, that's the play that, you know, when Metz started to carry the ball a little bit more at the beginning of the season, it seemed to be about the only time he would carry that would be either on that play or also, you know, the inside counter play. But again, his role has just grown and grown, and he has delivered there to Coach Fry, you know, as the season has progressed.
Handoff this time off the right side.
Number 25, Dylan Keel on the carry.
Dylan Cool on the play.
Tackle will play with number 46, Ryan Stoller.
Keel, excuse me,
Gain of 3,
Dylan
that'll bring
Keel.
up 2nd down and 7 for the
That's a
Redskins.
sophomore right there getting, you know, a carry here in varsity action. We haven't seen a whole lot of him so far this year.
I believe that's his 2nd carry tonight. Brings up a 2nd down and 7. Put the ball at the Van Wert 30-yard line. Here's Metz off the right
Number 6,
side.
Keaton Metz on the carry.
And he picks up about 3 yards on that, maybe 4.
Chandler Adams. Gain of 5, that'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Or it might even have been 5 yards, Paul. It was 5, gain of 5. So a 3rd down and 4 coming up, which apparently something was off there because it said 3rd down and 7. Never mind. It was a 5-yard pickup and brings up a 3rd and 4. Keel with the carry to the right side. He's going to find the 1st down and a little bit more out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Boy, he did a nice job of escaping up that up that far sideline.
Yeah, he really kind of bellied out in the backfield. I believe it was Zach Thomas who appeared to be in a position to make the play for the Cougars, and Keel was able to avoid that by bellying out, I said, deepening up, and then able to accelerate up the sideline to pick up the 1st down.
Redskins are threatening again. That ball loose, off, fumbled on the exchange to Keel, and it's loose on the, it'll be covered up by the Cougars, so they'll get the ball back.
Yeah, Ryan Stoller, the 2nd leading tackler for this Cougar defense, was able to hop on that loose ball. We'll see it right here. Just a little trap play, comes out loose right away. And Stoller able to hop on that, and the Cougars are able to get a stop this time against this Redskin offense.
That's a big stop for them because the Redskins were churning again, and they were down to the Cougar 21-yard line. So that's a positive play for these guys. Cougars were able to score on their last possession. They put together a 5-play, 69-yard drive. They've had scoring drives of 76 yards and 69 yards here tonight. It'll be Branson with it. He'll bring it up the near side.
Number 10, Terrence Branson on the carry.
Pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards on that carry.
Yeah, able to kind of get you know, some razzle-dazzle there with a reverse.
It's a pickup of 8, actually, on that one. Here's another look at it. This is a good look here. Camera guys fighting the cold, but doing a good job out there tonight. Yes, they rock. Here is Smith on the carry. He goes out of bounds on the Cougars sideline near the 40. Up to the about the 38-yard line. That'd be close to a 10-yard gain.
You know, previously, right when Van Wert was scoring, we were kind of talking about some different highs in Van Wert football history. I kind of mentioned that unbeaten streak, which I believe at the time was a state record for most wins in a row. Again, more of an unbeaten streak because there was 2 ties thrown in there as well. And then most recently, they were the 2000 Division III state runner-up. As we see another long play.
Branson, busts this one across midfield up to the 40-yard line.
All we need to do is keep talking positives for the Van Wert Cougars, and they respond.
Seems to spark their offense.
Again, that 2000 team, kind of a miraculous run in the playoffs. They were 6-4, as we can see the replay here. But they went 6-4, made the playoffs as an 8 seed, was able to beat some really good teams, Sunbury, Big Walnut, Bellevue, Columbus, Bishop Watterson, #1 ranked Portsmouth team, on the way to come up a point short and lose in double overtime in the state championship game to Canton Central Catholic.
26 yards on that reception by Branson. He gets it again, coming to the near side of the field, looking for the corner. Not as much there. He'll get run out of bounds near the 25. Excuse me, the 35.
Number 20, Adam Henderson.
Get maybe a couple on that one.
Second down and 9 for the Cougars.
He'll get a yard on that one. Paul, we should mention, too, last night I was over in downtown Wapakoneta for what is now a 101-year tradition, the Halloween parade. I got to be a part of that last night. It was a lot of fun. My son took home somewhere in the area of 14 pounds of candy. Here's Smith, and he's going to get bottled up. It's like a loss on the play.
Stauffer there with, I believe, his second sack of the night.
But we were able to videotape the entire parade last night, and that will be available for viewing on TSC coming up on Sunday at 1 o'clock, and then it will be re-aired Monday through Wednesday at 6, and then on Halloween at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it's a tremendous parade. I was there as well with my son. I've been lucky enough, even not having lived in the community before, where we were actually in the parade the one year. And if you have not seen that Halloween parade, the scope of it is unlike any parade in the area. It's very impressive.
I was kind of surprised that you weren't in it again this year. This is Chandler Adams up the middle.
And I tell you what, Henderson made a tremendous play right there, preventing that from being a huge play.
So they'll spot that one at the 31-yard line. You know, our rebroadcasts are not the only way to get in touch with us. You can also visit us on our YouTube channel and get in touch with us on Facebook as well. And if you go to the YouTube channel, Paul, you can look at all of our previous broadcasts, including our stellar broadcast from Defiance, where we tried to cram in as many Saved by the Bell references as possible. That was it. That was a contest I won, by the way.
Tremendous play right there by Cameron Locke, and not on purpose right there, but our cameraman just caught a glimpse there of a new Cougar head basketball coach, Mark Bagley, who is a longtime assistant varsity coach, a JV coach for the Cougar team, finally taken over for a longtime head basketball coach, Dave Freilich, who has stepped down.
Well, here is Huffman. Metz to the right side. He is going to get up across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Tackle on the play by number 5, Michael Smelser.
As I mentioned, you're able to look at, able to watch all of our previous broadcasts on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and these are a few of the devices that you can use to do that, as well as these devices. You can also obviously be, get on the computer.
Still, some people still use computers.
That's right. That's right. This is Schmergy on his feet to the near side of the field across the 50 and brought down as he gets inside the Cougar 40-yard line at the 38.
And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle there by Hardiman for the Cougars. And that's the second time Schmergy's ran a trap this half, and second time they've had a huge gain.
Lost his shoe on that play, it looks like. 26 yards. Not sure how many of those came after he lost his shoe.
That would
they
be,
all count.
They talk about those Moneyball analytics. That might be a new one. Yards after losing shoe.
Right. There's obviously a spot on the spreadsheet for that. Metz with the carry off the right side. He gets down to about the 36-yard line.
And Metz, Zach Thomas was right there to be able to make the play, and he just makes that quick little move upfield and just left him standing there.
Well, the Redskins offense rolling again. They have the ball at the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 coming up. And this third quarter has gone rather fast. We're down to close to 3 minutes to play here. Here's the pitch to Schmergy. Looking for the right side. He's going to be brought down as he gets to the 20-yard line, to the 30-yard line, rather. Be about 3 yards short of the first down. Here's the air times for our broadcast. As you can see, the night of the game at 11 o'clock, and then we're also available on Fox Lima on Sunday mornings. That's a great lead into your NFL coverage. Huffman under center, keeps it himself, and gets a great push from the offensive line.
We need to give Huffman, a lot of credit. Sometimes it's tough, being a sophomore quarterback being thrust into, a varsity football team, especially one that's having an extraordinarily successful season. But with Cody Morgan's hand injury, Huffman's moved in. They really haven't missed a beat.
Well, and maybe he got some advice on that from Cody Morgan, because he was kind of put into a similar situation.
That's right. With Kyle Gibson, last year Cody Morgan was thrown in right there at the end of the year. You're right.
I never get tired of you saying that. Handoff, left side, Martin. He's going to get brought down as he gets inside the 10, and he scampers down to the 8-yard line.
Tackle on play by number 5, Michael Smeltzer.
Again, kind of mentioned that, stable of backs. Logan Martin, again, just another one that's got some big play potential for the Redskins. Is able to come through right here. You can see him running to the outside, makes a nice little cutback there, and it gets a nice 19-yard run.
Nice run by Martin. Sets up a 1st down and goal from the 8-yard line. Handoff up the middle of the field, down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. And I think that was Metz on the carry.
That'll bring a 2nd down and goal for the Redskins.
That's number 5, Cockrell.
Yep.
Yeah, when they're on that end of the field, we have to kind of squint our eyes a little bit to see.
That's right. And mine weren't that good to start out with. 2nd down and goal now for the Redskins. Huffman keeps it himself. He'll fall forward.
He kind of got shoved up there pretty good there by the Cougar front.
Tackle the play by number 64, Jacob Brown.
We talked about that Cougar defense, and they've got some size on that defensive line. A couple of guys, 220, 246.
Yeah, Braun, Patterson, Thomas all have a lot of good size. You also got to remember all 3 of them play on the offensive line as well. So, they've been playing a lot of snaps.
Mm-hmm. Here's the handoff to Martin, looking for the corner of the end zone, and he'll find it. Touchdown, Redskins.
Yeah, Logan Martin gets rewarded with having that long run a little bit earlier. Is able to put the ball in the end zone with a 1-yard touchdown run, his 2nd touchdown of the year.
He looked like he ran a lot more than 1 yard to get in there.
And we kind of mentioned, we mentioned the one other side where the school used to be, but, Van Wert's kind of really known for that Cougar Pride wall, which is, very, very close, to the back of the end zone.
Hold by Huffman is down, and there you get a good look at the wall as you watch that one sail through. 48-13, the Redskins in command here in the 3rd quarter. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Who do do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Late third quarter here in Van Wert, the Redskins putting together a 9-play, 69-yard drive that covered 4 minutes and 18 seconds and ended with a 1-yard touchdown run by Logan Martin. Another nice return here for the Cougars, and they have had good returns in their kickoff unit all night long from Branson and Smelser. And that 4 minutes and 18 seconds on that last drive by the Redskins, that's the longest drive of the night time-wise.
Ball spot at the 33-yard
Actually,
line.
their longest drive of the night.
For the Cougars.
Almost their longest drive of the night, yardage-wise.
Yeah, that's something that, you know, Coach Fry really likes to have. And, you know, again, there's just piling up the yardage. You know, Smurgy's about 146 total yards. Metz has about 111 total yards rushing. You know, just to get yet another really big night from those two.
So first down and 10 for the Cougars. They'll start out at their own 33-yard line. Smith fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's got room to run. Up across the 40 to the 45 across midfield, and he'll go down at the 44-yard line on the Redskins side of the field.
Again, you know, Coach Recker's got to be somewhat impressed with the running game so far. You know, Smith, it looked pretty good right there with that burst on that quarterback draw going through the left-hand side. Branson's had some good runs as well. So, you know, some good things are occurring for Van Wert.
23-yard runs for Smith will be the final play of the third quarter. We'll be back for the final frame here in Van Wert. The Redskins in command by a score of 48-13. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Back here at Van Wert for the start of the fourth quarter. And the Cougar offense moving the ball downfield. That highlight that you saw coming back from the break was a 23-yard run by Smith. This run not quite as productive as he gets a couple of yards.
Shane line right there. You know, the multi position player for him on defense where he can line up about anywhere. That time a defensive end was able to just engulf Smith to be able to stop that play.
Ball is Cougar football team had an inspirational speaker in town last night.
Yes, and it's one that would be kind of familiar to most of our viewers. Former Ohio State running back Maurice Clarett, addressed the Cougars.
Branson takes the handoff as he went in motion on the start of that play. He'll get out of bounds on the far side of the field after getting up across the 40.
Ran out of bounds with number 20, Adam Henderson.
Henderson pushed him, or escorting him to the sideline.
Hey, we were able to talk to Coach Recker about the talk that he had, and I'll let Dan kind of fill that in.
Well, obviously Maurice, his career did not go the way that he wanted it to from beginning to end, but he was able to learn some things during his trials, and he was able to kind of tell these guys as Smith breaks off a nice run here down inside the 25 to the 21. Kind of give them some ideas of what not to do. And Maurice on the inspirational speaker. He's going around to visit a lot of high school teams. 15-yard run there. And it's, Paul, for a guy like that, you hate to see anybody have their life turn in that direction, but when you see a guy that was as talented as Maurice Clarett was to kind of throw all that away, difficult to watch.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is, you have a lot of opportunity. You want to make the most of it. But, he's a very public figure going kind of through those. And, from listening to him, and we see the replay right here, kind of a nice hit there in the backfield by Kirby to be able to get it lost there. But for someone to be able to kind of get that message, although maybe a little bit too late, to be able to help pass that on to others is definitely a good thing.
Smith able to get that ball out of the backfield and down the near sideline and into the end zone after a nice reception is Nicholas Krog.
And Nick Krug with a tremendous job staying on his feet. And we've seen these Cougar skill players, be able to make some plays. It's the third time they found the end zone. Colin Smith, his third touchdown pass, giving them 13 on the year. These Cougars, got to feel, okay with some things that they're capable of doing on the offensive side of the ball.
That touchdown comes at the 10-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. And Gardner is out to attempt the extra point. His kick is up, and it is good. So with 10 minutes remaining in our game, the Cougars get into the end zone for the third time tonight. They trail the Redskins 48-20. Here in the fourth quarter, you're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Kicking off the Cougars, number 22, Gavin.
Back here for the final 10 minutes of our ball game in Van Wert. And Paul, we have a highlight that we'd like to show you. This is from an 8th grade ball game over in Wapakoneta, and a fantastic punt return by Jared Law. We'll take a look at it as soon as we can here. As Gardner kicks it away. That'll be fielded at the 33, and a short return up to the 40-yard line. So that's where the Redskins will start out offensively. And here's a look at this. This is from October 4th. It's a punt return. Jared Law is our punt returner.
Ball spot at the 40-yard line. That'll bring a first down and 10 for the Redskins.
There you see, obviously, this is at Harmon Field. He brings it over to the near side now. There's 4 key blocks. See if you can catch them all.
I've seen 2 of them so far. Little stiff arm and a hurdle out. First time I've been seeing this. That's a pretty impressive punt return.
We want to thank Trish Copeland for hooking us up with that video. That 8th grade team went 7-0-1 on the season. Jared Law putting together a fantastic kick return there. We missed a 10-yard run while we were taking a look at that clip. So it's first down and 10 for the Redskins. Huffman with the quick handoff.
Number 5, Jared
And
Cockrell
Metz makes the carry off the left side.
And Chandler Adams right there with the quick stop there for the Cougars.
Closing in on 9 minutes to play here. Second down and 7 coming up. Ball at the 47-yard line. Here's Martin with the carry. He goes around the left end. Still on his feet as he goes down near the 40-yard line, but it looks like a flag came in there at the end of the play.
You know, besides that little run that flags that we had in the second quarter, it's been a pretty clean game since then.
Yeah, they must have used up all their flags right there in that 10-play period when there was like 14 of them.
But now they're back.
Now they're back. They found them again.
That one just looked to be a little 5-yard face mask penalty on the Cougars, so tack on a little bit extra yardage on that run for the Redskins.
So that'll put them at the Cougar 35-yard line. The Cougars have had sporadic offensive success, but they put together 3 drives tonight of 76, 69, and 67 yards.
Nice hard run there by Cockrell right there on the left-hand side.
Tackling the play by number 8, Colin Smith.
He goes off the left side there.
Redskins first down.
You see, Cockrell, he's a kind of a guy who gets some regular action sometimes from the varsity level. This being a 28-point ball game here in the fourth quarter, Coach Fry still has, his first team offensive line out there, and, his backs that, all kind of get regular action as well, but, not necessarily starters in there.
Pitts will be the lone wideout up to the left side, and here is Cockrell again off the left, and he's going to get down inside the 10-yard line before being ushered out of bounds.
Yeah, Hartman kind of swings him out of there, but I like the way Cockrell gets his pads forward. He leans nice and low, gets his pads, kind of forward, so his momentum is able to give him some of those extra yards.
Here you see it again from the opposite angle.
Always helps when your left-hand side really kind of buries the side there, and Fenning really opened that up.
Another strong run here off the right side for Cockrell. It'll bring up a first down and goal. Excuse me, second and goal.
64, Jacob Brown. They're running a second down and goal for the Redskins.
We're going to spot that one at the 2. Handoff up the middle and into the end zone.
Yeah, I think they do call it.
Okay, yep.
Frame, but yeah, they call that a touchdown.
I was waiting for the official to run in from the sideline. I didn't see him.
And Coach Fry, rewarding Cockrell, had a couple of really good runs, so he just kept feeding him the ball, and he's able to put it in there to get the Redskins on the board once again. Now, going up to one of the highest scores of the year.
That was a 3-yard run by Cockrell, and Heidgardner's extra point is up, and it is good. 7:29 left in our game. The Redskins in command. They lead at 55-20. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
This is man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. You'll never miss a second of your favorite program again because you can pause a show in one room and play it back in another, even while you're recording it. You watch different shows at the same time and pause, fast forward, and rewind from any set. You can even pause live TV. Man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. Just maybe not woman's greatest invention.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Smelser with the return up across the 25 to the 30-yard line, and another strong return for the Cougars. They have had good returns by Smelser and Branson all night long.
And I kind of mentioned this a little bit before. The Redskins that score does make it the highest point 30-yard line every year. The previous high was 52 points against Defiance.
They'll have the ball at the 30-yard line to start this possession. And Paul, we've talked about the struggles over the past couple of seasons for the Cougars, and obviously the 0-8 this year. But we're talking to Coach Keith Recker before the ball game, and he's a very positive guy and seems to have a good atmosphere around him. Tell us a little bit more about his coaching background.
Well, you know, Keith is a great and up-and-coming young coach. Obviously, I've had the chance to kind of work with him. He's a graduate of Delta St. John's, been a state champion in both football and in basketball. I had the opportunity to coach him as a basketball player at Delta St. John's. I've got a chance to work with his dad, who is the longtime defensive coordinator of Delta St. John's, or all their successful teams. Keith was a college football scholarship player at Hillsdale College up in Michigan. And that's where he got his first job coaching wide receivers. Was a head coach at Marian Catholic before being the offensive coordinator at Oak Harbor the last few years. Working actually on the same staff as former St. Mary's assistant coach Mike May, and also former St. Mary's assistant coach Scott Schulte, who is also a Delta St. John's graduate.
Right.
You know, Keith is a young guy. He's definitely got all the tools, and you know, I'm sure Van Wert's going to be, you know, moving the right direction. He's getting more players, more numbers involved, and you know, good things will be coming to the Van Wert Cougars here in the future.
So many times in situations where a program has struggled and they're trying to get things turned around, it's just patience to get things moving in the right direction, because obviously there needs to be time for, you know, players to develop and a new system to be put into place.
Yeah, and you know, you got to get the players to buy in. You know, sometimes they see out there and they don't see immediate success, and you know, in our you know, immediate gratification world that we're in right now, you know, sometimes, you know, players might not want to buy into, hey, this might take a while. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Keith's got, you know, really great personality, and again, I'm sure the Cougars will be in the right direction.
Here's the punt by Smelser. That'll be fielded on the fair catch by the Redskins, but they'll have outstanding field position again. Cameron Locke with the fair catch there, and the ball will be near midfield for the Redskins. They'll start at their own 44. Now, the Redskins had a little trouble getting over here tonight.
Yes, they did. You know, and I don't know the full details of this, but, you know.
That's okay. Go ahead and talk about it anyway.
On U.S. Route 33, you know, there was a bit of an accident, and I just happened to be probably about 8 cars behind the buses when this happened, and we were just kind of stuck in traffic for a while. And you know, the secondary road, there apparently that they were diverting traffic through. Apparently, there's an issue that came upon there as well. So the buses were stuck there for a while, and you know, I got my GPS kind of fired up and went through some country roads and found my way here with you.
There you go. And we're glad you did. Looks like Van Wert is going to take a timeout here, talk things over with a 2nd down and 11 coming up. They have 2 left. And 5:36 remaining in our game. That'll give us an opportunity to tell you a little bit more about an upcoming broadcast we have for you, the Iron Circle, which you'll be able to see live at the Lima Civic Center. And there you see the number 419-224-1552. That's coming up on Saturday, November 16th over at the Civic Center. Mixed martial arts, not for the weak of heart.
Now, Dan, are you going to be involved in?
I will be safely outside the Iron Circle, hopefully behind some kind of wire mesh of some kind, or safely protected. Here's a handoff off the right side. Court Miracle with the carry there. A new quarterback in there as well, Paul.
Yeah, number 9, which unfortunately that's what I'm going to have to call him because we do not see him on the roster, and we apologize for that. You know, we'll try to work to see if we can find out his name.
Right. Well, he's under center right now, and he's getting an opportunity to run it to the near side of the field. Got some good blockers in front of him. He'll bring it up to the 50-yard line and stretch into Cougar territory to the 49.
Number 9, Tyler Copeland on the carry.
Turns out that's Tyler Copeland
Chandler Adams
at number 9. Does that make sense?
So we'll continue to work to try to locate the name of that as we frantically try to find number 9's name. But we'll continue to move on right here. That brings up a 4th down. We do have a Cougar down on the play.
We'll take a break here while they attend to the injured Cougar. 4th down and 3 coming up. 55-20 in favor of the Redskins. We'll be back after this.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Back to live action here in the 4th quarter, and a handoff off the left side, and Ethan Good with the carry. And he'll get up
Tackling play number 21, Keegan Hardman.
close to midfield there. Looks like he got
Redskins turnover on downs.
Yeah, didn't get
short of the
right
first
there,
down,
so.
however. Yep.
Ball spotted right around the 48-yard line.
So it's going to be turnover on downs, and the Cougars are going to get the ball back with 4:37 to go here in the game.
Well, the Cougars have seen some sparks offensively. They've seen some positive things, so they're 0-8. You got to look for positives wherever you can find them. They've had some good connections offensively tonight.
Well, and the positives are, you know, unfortunately, is looking ahead to next week. You know, currently they're winless, but their opponent next week, also the St. Mary's Rough Riders, are also winless. Last year, that was a Week 9 matchup. Van Wert was able to win that game for the only win of the year. So, you know, it's kind of a tough situation, you know, for one of those teams. You know, they're going to avoid a winless season, and for the other ones, guaranteed to have a winless season. So, you know, it's a tough situation for one of them, but it's definitely, you know, something that I'm sure both teams will be really pointing towards and I would expect a very hard-fought game between those two teams next week.
Right, and that, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the last game that the Cougars won, was that game against St. Mary's, correct?
Correct. You know, they've had a 9-game losing streak dated back to that Week 9 matchup with St. Mary's. And as we mentioned in the pregame, that Van Wert's lost 27 out of the last 28 games coming into this game. Obviously, the Rough Riders are having a very tough stretch for them as well. I believe they've lost 20 straight going into their game matchup tonight against Ottawa Glandorf.
Well, both of those sidelines still have pride that they bring in with them to that ball game. So, as you said, it'll be a hard-fought game.
And you know, and obviously conversely, the Redskins just kind of keeping it rolling. They have a matchup at Shawnee next week. This win, you know, almost, you know, certainly punches their ticket into the postseason, into the Division III, Region 10, and they have an excellent chance of hosting that first playoff game.
Yep. Playoff game would look good in Harmon Field. Mason
Harmon
Carr
Field
with the
is
carry.
a common location for neutral site games, but you know, I'm not sure that they've ever hosted the Reds. I'm not sure the Redskins have ever played a home game in the playoffs.
I'm getting confirmation on that.
Wapak expert and statistician AJ Lisi has confirmed that has not happened.
Right. If we need any further proof, I don't think so. Bad snap there off the hands of Fetzer, ends up loose on the ground and covered up by the Redskins. So Wapakoneta will have the ball again. They'll start out at the Cougar 43-yard line. Under 4 minutes to play in this game, and whistles before the start of this one. And it looks like Van Wert has taken their final timeout. We're going to take a timeout here as well. Redskins in control of this one, 55-20. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select certainteed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Back to live action here in the fourth quarter, coming out of the timeout by the Cougars, and the Redskin offense moving again down to the 35-yard line. And in Paul, as you mentioned, our next ball game is over at Shawnee next week as the Redskins try to win out. They look to go to 8-1 here tonight.
We're in the Western Buckeye League. You know, the Shawnee Indians and the Redskins, you know, two bordering, and there's a fumble right there. Still loose.
Oh, still, yeah. Just out of the reach of the Cougars, ends up being covered up by the Redskins again.
Number 9, Tyler Copeland.
I believe Copeland, the quarterback, was able to kind of fall on that. But yeah, the Shawnee and Wapak, you know, kind of a nice, you know, rivalry right there. You know, two bordering districts going against each other. As we can see the replay right here, ball just never got into the running backs, you know, breadbasket right
Keel,
there.
wasn't it, on the carry there? Copeland able to track it down, however. And he'll keep it here, and a nice surge offensively for the Redskins as they push their way to a first down.
Tackling will play number 3, Andy Heyman.
So as mentioned before, you know, Kenton and Salina having a big showdown right now. Currently, the Redskins are tied for second place with the Bulldogs. Depending on that results of that matchup, although last I saw, Kenton was winning that game. Wapak could end up being tied for first with a three-way tie with Kenton, Salina, or they would be in second place all by themselves if Kenton is able to prevail.
And that Bulldogs team they gave this Redskin team everything they could handle in their ball game. That was the game where the Redskins were able to convert on that 4th down and 32.
Yeah, almost a historic play. And, you know, unfortunately right now, the way that playoff system is set up with the regions, you know, Salina, if they lose this game to Kenton, even if they win their last game with Elida, they have a very real possibility of being 8-2 and out of the playoffs. Conversely, in the same division is Defiance, but they go to the Northwest region in Region 8, as we may see a touchdown right here.
Ethan Good with the carry. He's going to run it in, and he takes it 31 yards to the end zone.
And just kind of finish my thought here just real quickly, you know, Defiance, you know, statistically is, if they go 6-4, actually has an excellent chance of making the playoffs. So the Redskins just kind of really piling it on in terms of points, you know, over 60 points right now, and I don't mean piling it up as in running it up, you know, they're just running their plays with their, you know, backup players right here. Ethan Good able to get pay dirt right there. Oh.
Well,
actually, they take that back. They must have had a penalty.
Here's a handoff. Miracle to the right side. He'll find the end zone.
Number 3, Miracle on the carry. Good.
So that touchdown just delayed by one play. Ends up being a 20-yard run for Miracle.
So now Wapak gets put over the 60-point mark.
And Alex Gorno will be on to attempt the extra point. The snap is high. Copeland tries to make something out of nothing, and the pass incomplete, so the extra point no good. And it'll be 61-20 in favor of the Redskins as we take a break here. In the 4th quarter, you're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Well, the Redskins in control here in Van Wert. They lead by a score of 61-20. Another nice return here for the Cougars. As bringing it to the near sideline before finally being knocked out of bounds is Smelser. They just can't get that kid out of the game.
No. And Cockrell with a nice tackle right there, but Smelser, you know, a senior playing his last home game, you know, here, and you know that's always kind of an emotional time, you know, for seniors, you know, play their last time ever, you know, on their home field. And you know, Smelser kind of mentioned, you know, early in the broadcast, the son of an athletic director, Kent Smelser, who is just a tremendous man himself. You know, for you know him to see his son, and he's had other sons play, you know, football here. You know, just, you know, kind of a special time, bittersweet for him as well.
Well, another fantastic return sets up the Cougars at the Redskin 49-yard line. And a handoff and another fumble. This one loose on the far side. And it's See who ends up with it. Looks like the Redskins have come up with it, and they have.
Yeah, it looks like Nate Elsass, sophomore, is able to get the ball as we get a little. Game's got a little sloppy here towards the end as we get some, the guys that are normally playing on Monday afternoons, which is when the Western Buckeye League plays their JV teams, JV games. Getting a little sloppy here towards the end.
Well, and they're coming off the sideline. They have cold hands after standing out there all night.
I wanted to mention before that the Van Wert defense, this is actually the second time they've given up a point in the 60s. The season opener against the Bryan Golden Bears, they did give up 69 points.
Well, Paul, this is your final broadcast of the regular season because next week you're not going to join us.
No, we're actually, the kind of a quirk in the schedule. Basketball actually starts. Girls basketball actually started today, first day of practice, and boys basketball in the state of Ohio starts next Friday, and I'm going to be coaching basketball, this year once again, but this time instead of coaching the Blue Jays, Delphi St. John's gets the opportunity to work with the Wapak Redskins.
Fantastic. Wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you very much. I realize that you guys will be doing the games again,
right.
I believe, so, be gentle.
You thought you could get away from us. We'll be right there.
Well, you see Coach Fry right there. He's got to be pleased as the clock clicks down on another Western Buckeye League victory here for the Redskins.
Yeah, the Redskins will improve to 8-1 with this win over the Van Wert Cougars, who fall to 0-9 after this loss here at Igris Stadium. The final score here tonight, 61-20. We'll be back to wrap this one up. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Back here in Van Wert to wrap things up, the Redskins with a dominant 61-20 performance as they knock off the Van Wert Cougars here tonight. And Paul, the Redskins cruising to another victory now, 7 in a row. They're 8-1 now on the season, and they've really hit their stride over the last few weeks.
Yeah, they're taking care of business. They have a variety of guys, stepping up and making plays. Keaton Metz obviously just become a dynamic touchdown maker for him with 4 touchdowns in the first half. People stepping up like Aaron Huffman, Logan Martin, the offensive line. You can kind of go on and on, but the beat goes on for the Redskins as they move one step closer towards the postseason berth.
Yeah, their final game next week at Shawnee. We'll have that game for you here on Game Face Ohio and TSC, and we'll be glad to bring that one with you. Paul won't be able to join us, but we'll soldier on and do the game anyway. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from tonight's game, and there's a guy that has really become a star for this Redskins team, and that's Keaton Metz. We talked about him a lot tonight. He had 4 touchdowns, 3 on the ground, and he also caught a 28-yard touchdown pass from Huffman. So a strong night for Keaton Metz. As we take a look at highlights, I want to thank all of the people that stood out in the cold tonight to help us bring you the ball game. Jim Miller and Josh Miller. Deontay Robinson and Donovan also out there. Adam Dell, our replay director, our technical director, Tony Perro, and our director, Todd Utrup. Also, A.J. Lacey, who contributed our stats tonight. He always does a good job. Paul, and it was fun this season. Hopefully we'll see you in week 2 of the playoffs if we get that far.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Always been a pleasure. And, good luck to you guys.
Also, we'll harass you during basketball season when we get around to that. All right, for Paul Sadler, I'm Dan Hearn. We'll take you out with highlights of tonight's ball game. Again, the final score, the Redskins 61 and the Van Wert Cougars 20. Thanks for joining us, everybody. You've been watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.